It's absolutely fantastic to see so many of you turned out today to celebrate that we are Bradford is a multicultural, multi-diverse city. We are Bradford is a coalition of community groups, trade unions and faith groups that have come together in supporting and holding this multicultural peaceful event today.
As Bradford Women for Peace, we want to send the clearest message to the EDL that we will not let them fan the flames of racial and religious hatred and intolerance in our city. That is why we are owning the colour lime green, to send the strongest possible message to the EDL that we reject their anti-Islam message and that Muslims are an integral part of our city. Green is also the colour of hope and renewal and nurture, and we hope that you are able to join us and wear a badge of peace. Are you all willing to join us? Are you all willing to join us?
People that didn't stand up in the same solidarity as people did in East London with the Muslim communities that are under attack. Shame on them for pointing the weapon in the wrong direction. But we're here today and we're proud to stand in peaceful unity against those people that are trying to divide us.
This is not just a Bradford issue, and it's not even just a British or European issue. This is an important international issue, and that is why it's important to have events like this today. The English Defence League is not just against the Muslim communities, it is against all communities. It's a fascist organisation, it's against Jewish communities, YouTube footage shows them chanting anti-Semitic slogans, it's against lesbian and gay communities. In Dudley recently, a month ago, they attacked a Hindu temple, a Sikh Gurdwara. Why are they doing that? Because they're a fascist organisation. They're not simply protesting against so-called Islamic extremism. They're a fascist organisation, and it's important that we voice our opposition to them. This is not a Unite Against Fascism counter-protest, which we're expecting clashes with people. This is a peaceful, multicultural event celebrating the diversity of Bradford. We think it's important to come here today on the same day that the English Defence League is demonstrating.
Say if you're gonna change, make a change, especially to make life better on the hill of the Grange. If you're sick of being down, go to the top of the range, like your headline and news right in front of the page. Go ahead, take the world, dazzle the stage, upgrade every time, blow them haters away. Cause some of us don't want, some of us breaking in chains. If they ain't doing, then they'd rather keep it the same, you know. Ain't nobody gonna pave your way. If you really do want it, you can do it, okay. But first you gotta look inside yourself, deep inside yourself, till you find yourself. And at one point I asked, who am I myself? Did God make us all to define ourselves beyond all possibilities? Why? Come on, I'm out for one love to represent me. Say what? I'm out for one love to represent me. Everybody, one love to represent me. Say what? I'm out for one heavenly love to represent me. I'm out for one love to represent me. Say what? I'm out for one love to represent me. Say what? I'm out for louder. One love to represent me. Say yo, I'm out for one heavenly love to represent me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I'm reminded of Pastor Niemöller, who said during the Second World War, they came for the communists, and I wasn't a communist, so I said nothing.
Then they came for the trade unions, and I wasn't a trade union, so I said nothing. Then they came for the Jews. I wasn't a Jew, so I did nothing. And then one day when they came for me, I looked around and there was no one else to speak for me. That is why it is important for us all to stand united today in Bradford. There are those in our city, especially in our civic leadership, who have scaremongered in our city and said, stay at home. The EDL are coming, stay at home. I wonder if Churchill would have done that when the Nazis were coming to attack Britain in the Second World War. Did Churchill say stay at home? No. Britain made a stand and we won the war, and that is exactly what we must do every time we are confronted with racists.
Hello and welcome to everybody over here, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I stand here today on behalf of the Mosques of Bradford as well, to let the EDL know loud and clear that they are not welcome in this country. The ideas that they hold are not British values which they continuously try to purport. Can I also say that I do feel let down by our leaders, and I also wish that they would also recognize the very easy equation that the laws that they have made today are actually biased on one side, where on one side they say religious hatred is not acceptable, and yet at the same time they are supporting the EDL to come around this whole country.
It is wrong to say it's just a Bradford problem. It's not a Bradford problem. It's everybody's problem if racists can march in our streets unopposed, unchallenged to spread their hatred and pollution. I'll tell you another story. We didn't really oppose them in Stoke, and they went on the rampage. And after that rampage, one of their key figures, one of their 6 leaders, a guy called Snowy, put on his blog, the next time we march in Stoke, we want every Muslim person hiding behind their curtains, scared to come out on the streets. That's why we have to be on the streets. His dream must never become reality. Nobody must be forced to hide when racists come to town. We have to say, when a racist comes to town, we come out and we stand united. We stand united together.
I don't rap about guns or about dealing drugs. Don't talk about G's or these racist thugs. Don't rap about cliques or about slugs. I've committed sins and I swept my sins on the rug. You don't wanna know me or where I've been. You don't wanna know what I know what I've seen. Once you've got blood in your hands, it's hard to get them clean. I speak every single language on the planet, yeah I mean. I am the American dream, taking over rap, changing the scene, hijacking ships, spilling a dream. It's a nightmare for some, I can hear them scream. I am the American dream, the kids fighting wars, the money-making machine, the protests in London, bombs in Palestine, liberty's got a gun if you know what Now put your hands in the air like this, like this, like this. Put your hands in the air like this, like this, like this. Put your hands in the air like this, like this, like this. Put your hands in the air like this. Listen, yeah. Revolutionary warfare, I came to bring M16 against my catapult sling. Float like a butterfly, be like a sting. This war isn't over till a fat lady sings. Sing, yo fat lady sing. Tear down these walls, let's make this begin. Silence these cries with the sound of violins. If these violins break, we'll play without strings. And that's how it is. I'm trying to live life without food in the fridge. It's like trying to live life with a few broken ribs. Thanks to corporate America and Zionist pigs. There's trouble in my lyrics, so I'm selling you the image. If you ain't sold guns, why you selling them the image? You're breathing out diminished blood, I think it's time you're finished up. I'm running out of time, Israelis ain't.
Before we leave, can we please, we're collecting some money for Pakistan. As you know, there has been a flood. Thousands and thousands of people have died. In respect of them, can we please hold a minute's silence for all the dead and all the devastation that's been caused to Pakistan? And when we leave, can we please put £1 in the bucket so we send it over there?